from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New York Giants. Two teams that met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the
every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Giants nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
New York.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Down, New York.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Giants, nothing.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Barkley on the carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And inches.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
23-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
57, Mike 57.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
From the gun, Jones. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun, Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job there after the setback, 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On for the field goal, a 23-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. They got the interception, but very little movement after. after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Jones pass.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score Ravens 30. Giants 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The Giants first down.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
First down, Giants.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Looking deep for Gabriel. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Good news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lie. I said, what's the bad
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. I mean, I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game. It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
3 yards.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Pick 6 is starting to be old hat for Peters. He had 3 of these to lead the NFL in 2019, and he comes up with another here. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Ravens 40, Giants 7. Justin Tucker to kick.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll go to Barkley again. And Barkley did not get there. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
The 43-yard line.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. He may try and run for this. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
He was brought down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
And 12.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And they will take a knee here.
Griffin on the keeper.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Today's final score, Ravens.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this, okay. Now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew, ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew, yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this, ayy. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this, ayy. I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah. I'ma act a fool with this. Okay. Yeah. Then I hit that. Okay. Yeah. Then I hit that. Cause I ain't liking nothing. Okay. Yeah. Then I hit that. Okay. Yeah. Then I hit that.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire.